my little thing to do the right thing, my crossroads of history. It's funny because I was going to school and a friend of mine, his sister, she was a casting director. She got in touch with Spike Lee after She's Gotta Have It and started like casting all his films. So she did Do the Right Thing. They needed to shoot the poster for Do the Right Thing. The poster was actually shot in Los Angeles on the back lot of Universal Studios. Like Universal Studios has like a fake New York set. You know, like they shot the movie Dick Tracy there. Like it just looked, there's got brownstones, everything, but they're all fake. You know, so they shot some publicity shots for Do the Right Thing on that back lot. So I was in Los Angeles and they needed some kids to sort of be in the background of the poster. So if you look on the movie poster in the top left corner, there's some Air Jordans, some Air Jordan 4s with some bright orange socks, which the stylist of the film sort of made us wear. And those are like my feet. So that's like my little touch of history. But I had gotten the Air Jordan 4s like because I saw a preview of Do the Right Thing, and you know, like bugging out, he's got the Air Jordan 4s, and we saw this before the movie came out, and we were like, oh, like we were like that whole movie just like got us so excited because it had like the new Air Jordans like in the movie, and we're seeing it like way before the movie's coming out, and then it had like a new Public Enemy song, and we were like before before it was released, you know, Fight the Power was released, so it was really crazy, man. But yeah. My feet are in the Do the Right Thing poster. That's my claim to fame.
Who would have thought that a little boob would feel so good? Me. No.
John Singleton, who did Boyz N The Hood, I knew him in college. And so I would hang out at USC, even though that wasn't like my school. I had a friend who went there. And through there, I met John Singleton when he was a student. Because I knew a little bit about the film world. Like my father, he was like my father's done many things. One of the things that he did was he had a small production company, and they were trying to do stuff in Hollywood at that time, and it was very difficult. Like in the 70s, to be black and making films there was no one doing that really. So because of that, I think I was able to sort of relate and talk to John Singleton about that sort of aspect because he had no exposure to that growing up. So we became friends, and you know, when he graduated school, he got this award you know, he got a screenwriting award for Boyz N The Hood. I remember he called us up. He called my dad. He was real excited to talk to my dad because my dad had some experience in the film industry, and he was like, "Yeah, they're gonna do, you know, they greenlit my film. Like Columbia Pictures like is gonna do my film," and he was so excited. You know, like that's everybody's dream to finish film school and actually make a movie. That was a real exciting time. So I really wanted to be a part of that because, you know, I saw, you know, I wasn't in New York, but I really appreciated like what Spike Lee was doing and 40 Acres and a Mule and they had a whole scene going on, man. Like he had opened like a store, you know, that sold t-shirts. Like he was like ahead of the curve on doing so much different stuff, man. And it became like this sort of focal point. You know, there was so much stuff going on just like in New York, and like there's, you know, this hip hop going on, and then here's this guy making movies, and he made his own crew jackets. You know, like everybody made, like every film like had a crew jacket. So he just sort of went over the top with his crew jackets. Like I don't know if you've seen pictures of the stuff that he's of like those jackets, but he like just designs like big old like oversized patch, but really kind of stylized and all kinds of embroidery and all this sort of stuff. So, you know, we're inspired by that, so it was time to do the John Singleton Boyz N The Hood jacket, and we had no money, so so we had at least like a black crew jacket, like a varsity jacket, and then like I did some design on the back to be embroidered on the back of the jacket, but it's just an outline, you know, because we couldn't afford to fill it in, you know, so that's why if you see the beginning of the movie and the titles, it says Boyz N The Hood, it's just an outline because it was a cost issue, you know. I moved to New York in 1997. So I got here, I remember the day I got here, it was snowing, it was February. The first thing that happened, I met a friend of mine named Eben Heath. He had a design studio and he was doing stuff for Bad Boy. So when I first got there, he was finishing up the packaging for Life After Death, and you know, it's so weird, like I get to New York and within like a month, like Biggie dies, and you know, and I'm kind of like weirdly close to it just because of who, you know, just because of working with Eben and stuff. So it was a little bit, it was strange. And he died in LA, yeah. And he died Yeah, the corner that he died, like, you know, it's one of those kind of main intersections that you go by all the time, and it's funny because you never really, I mean, it's just funny because it's like, it's right across the street from like it used to be a department store. Now it's like a part of the art museum, but it used to be a department store, and it's like the department store I used to always go to when I was a little kid. So I always have memories of that, and then just knowing that Biggie died there, it's a weird thing, yeah.